YouTube family, it's your girl Leah, back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is just my top 5 back to school hairs, as well as top 5 hairs if you're going anywhere for an extensive period of time, like a mission trip or anything. I wanted to show you guys the hairs that I would choose if I were going back to school. I wish I would make life a little bit easier, but these are just the top hairs that I would choose. I've gotten a lot of questions recently to do a video on my top 5 fall hairs, but I was like, I'm doing my crochet hair rankings video soon. That's probably not a good idea. I'll probably show them just the hairs that I would do if I was back to school, since we're in back to school season. Now, if I were back in school now, if I was going to school, I went to school, first day of school was probably like 10 years ago for me in college. And wearing my Hillman shirt, but you guys know I went to NC State back in 2008 was my first day freshman year. I would probably kill the game if I were to go back now with these hairs. With some of these hairs that I'm going to talk about today, I wouldn't have looked as sloppy. I'm not gonna say I look sloppy, but I had my days where I wasn't really slaying the college game as hard as I could have in the hair department. Now, I chose these hairs because a lot of times in college, you're not around your normal stylist. When I was in high school, I got my hair done a lot, and I had my normal lady. I would go to her almost every 2 weeks and have my hair slayed. Now, I went to college, I ain't know nobody. I have no hairstylist. So sometimes I would try to push my hairstyles to last until the next time I would go home. Freshman year, I went home a lot. Sophomore, junior, senior year, I ain't go home as often. But if I had to stretch out some of my styles, these are the crochet hairstyles I would wear. And I also wanted to throw mission trips in there because I know a lot of you guys come to me saying, I'm going to Dominican Republic, I'm going to Africa, I'm going somewhere for almost 2 months, for 6 weeks to 8 weeks, and all this. I need a style that's going to last forever. I can't just do braids, and I want to look different than braids. And I was like, I got a lot of people out there with a heart of service, and I appreciate that about my viewership. So these hairs I also tried to fit in that will work really well for that as well. So without further ado, these are not in any particular order. These are my top 5 hairs that I would choose for any kind of long time style. Now, number 1, gotta be Outre Bohemian Curl. I love that hair because overall that hair is incredible in terms of lasting power. I wore that hair for 6 weeks. I could wear it even longer, and I think that hair also looks very, very good. That hair is the hair that changed the crochet hair game for me. Before that hair, if you've watched any of my videos, if you've been with me for a long time, before that hair in my crochet hair journey, I wasn't wearing hairs for that long. I couldn't get that long of a wear out of that hair. That was at that time the longest wear that I had ever gotten out of a crochet hair, was the 6 weeks I wore the Outre Bohemian hair. And I was like, hold on, wait. Is this a long-term style for me? Could I wear these hairs for a while? This hair is giving me life. So I love Outre Bohemian Curl. I would recommend that to anybody. I've worn it and loved it. My roommate wore it to Cancun and she loved it. I've recommended this hair, and a lot of people have come to me and said that they've gotten a lot of wear. So if I was in college and I didn't have a lot of time in between styles, but I wanted to keep a style looking good, I would definitely go with the Outre Bohemian Curl hair. Now, number 2, Freetress Beach Curl hair. Now that hair, I think I might have slept on a little bit. I like the hair. I didn't have any complaints with the hair, but I never was woohoo, this is the best hair ever, this is a long wearing hair. But this has been the sleeper hit hair of my channel. You guys have flooded my DMs with, I have this hair, I love this hair, I'm trying this hair, and every time I see a picture I'm like, what hair is that? And y'all like, the Freetress Beach Curl hair, girl, duh. And I was like, why it look like that on me? Y'all have been killing the game with the Freetress Beach Curl hair, and you guys have been getting a lot of wear out of that hair. I love that you guys share stories with me with your hair, but I have to say the most shared, most loved hair has been the Freetress Beach Curl hair. You guys love that curl pattern. I think it was taking a little bit of adjusting for me to get used to that curl pattern. It was a little bit, not tighter, but it was a little bit more, tighter than a lot of the curls that I had been trying. I had tried a lot more droopier, kind of looser curls. That one was a little bit tighter. You guys have been loving that hair, and you guys have been rocking that hair. So I would highly suggest that hair because my audience out there has let me know that hair is very long wearing. Number 3, the Freetress Presto Curl hair. Low maintenance as well. Not the lowest of maintenance. I think the other hairs that I'm going to talk about in a minute are a little bit lower maintenance of a style, but I think this hair is a very much so low maintenance style. I think it's very cute. I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys because on the pack of the Freetress Presto Curl hair, there's a girl with micro braids at the root of her hair. So she has micro braids, and then it's the Presto Curl. And a lot of you guys are confused, like, what is this? What is this, the same hair? Especially a lot of you beginners out there. I'll do a video for beginner tips on crochet hair and all that, but you guys are kind of confused about the packaging of that hair. This hair, crochet hair, is also used for micro braids, tree braids, invisible braids, and all of that. So sometimes the models on the packs of these hairs are wearing them in the other styles that you can wear. Of course, you can crochet the hair, which I do, but you can also do those styles. In college, I had a lot of times where I did micro braids. I have not worn micro braids in probably 9 years, but that was probably my go-to protective style for college because it could last you 3 months. You could wear them 3 months. And at the time, everybody had Senegalese or micro braids if they needed to stretch out a style. You hardly ever saw anybody with their straight hair. Now, things have changed now. People be having their lace front sew-ins and all that. But 10 years ago, we had to do braids and stuff because we had no options like that. So these were the types of hairs that you would use for that. So number 3, Presto curl hair. Number 4, main concept, sassy curl, beach curl, waterfall curl. I'm lumping all the main concepts in together because literally you can't go wrong with any main concept here. I've probably only wore, I think the longest that I've worn one is 6 weeks, but I think you can get upwards of 8 weeks with these hairs. I have a channel, so sometimes I take out hair sooner than the average person would. But I tell you guys in my videos, if I could push the hair a little bit longer, I get itchy. I want to try more hairs. I get like, oh my God, I gotta try new hair. I'm like over here like anticipating. I'm ready to take a hair out as soon as I put it in sometimes because I'm ready to try the next thing. But main concept hairs overall are, I have a main concept hair in right now, and I will let you guys know this is a main concept Amazon wave as well as velvet wave. I tried 2 hairs in one this time because you guys have been asking to see Amazon wave. Now I don't know how I feel about this hair because it's literally day 1, but I have high hopes that it will join the rest of the main concept family as one of my top hairs, but only time will tell if this hair is actually a good hair. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my crochet hair reviews. And my number 5 hair is the Janet Collection Havana Mambo Faux Locs. Now I love the faux locks. Like I love these. I want to try more faux locks, but you guys flood my comments with different hairs that you want to try. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with the options of the faux locks that are out there. I'm like, oh my God, are there too many? Is there such thing as too many faux lock options? But I like this, and this is kind of just to symbolize any braided style. Like I want to try more braided styles because I think braided style crochet hair look cute, and I think if you want to try a braided style, faux locks is very cute and it's very long wearing. Make sure they're not heavy though. Make sure you're not feeling like, oh, my neck is about to break with all these faux locks. But if I were in college again, faux locks would be my thing. I would probably do colors. I put shells in them. I do all kinds of things. So I think these styles, the top 5, these are the hairs that if I could go back over again and do these would be the styles that I would wear. They're so low maintenance. Low maintenance is what you need in college. Low maintenance without having to wake up in the morning. Sometimes you just roll out of bed and you go to classes. That's at least what I did. I didn't care a lot about how I looked because I was ready to go. I was ready to get that degree, and I shouldn't have been pushing it so hard to get out because adulting is hard. Should have enjoyed those 4 years as long as I could have. And I also recommend these for mission trips. I think everything I'm saying can be translated into missions. I know my best friend, she volunteered in Dominican Republic a while ago at an orphanage, and she had straight hair at that time, and it's hot down there and the humidity, and so the way she looked when she left ain't the same way she looked when she came back. So if you're going anywhere where it's hotter climate, crochet hair is a great option too because you don't have to worry about sweating it out. A lot of times you guys are like, what about the humidity? What about the heat hitting the hair? Ain't no issue because it's synthetic fibers. This ain't going nowhere. The hair structure ain't really changing. You would have to do something massive to make the structure of the hairs change. So if you're going to a hotter climate, if you're going somewhere near water, these hairs I would definitely recommend and definitely say these would be my perfect mission trip, back to school, and just anytime you're going anywhere for a long extensive period of time and you're not near your products. This is the hair types that I would choose. Now if you like this video and it was very helpful, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89 so you don't miss any of my crochet hair content or any of my other content. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss another video, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Said I'm in love with you, and I'ma give you anything.